So to take a step back and say, okay, so what is it? We hear the term all the time, we see it used, we see it in movies, we talk about it in shows. At the end of the day, the best definition I have found is AI is the science of making machines smart. So this comes from Demis Hassabis. Just show of hands, anybody know who Demis Hassabis is? Okay, one, I think, two. No, Kathy. I've heard this talk or similar a few times. So Demis Hassabis, I believe, will end up being one of the most important people of our generation. He will win at least a Nobel Prize, if not multiple. He built a company called DeepMind. You may have heard of AlphaFold recently, where they predicted the folding of proteins, and it's raced forward the development of medicine and diagnosis of diseases and things. This all happened in the last like 8 to 12 months. His company did that using AI. They did it to make predictions around folding of proteins. So his company was acquired in 2014 by Google, and he was a child chess prodigy, and he believes we can get to general intelligence of AI by winning at games, basically. So there's an incredible documentary called AlphaFold. It's free on YouTube. I would advise watching it. I mean, it really helps you understand the big picture of what's going on and the opportunity for humanity with AI, basically. But anyway, he says it's the science of making machines smart. What he means by that is the content marketing software you use today, the email software, the social media management software, the advertising software. Think of that as machine, just kind of arbitrarily call it a machine. It is not smart. It only does what you tell it to do. It doesn't learn, it doesn't get better on its own. If new features are pushed out for you to do something new as a marketer, you have to go educate yourself how to use that feature. So the software itself doesn't get smarter. It just enables you to write rules to tell it what to do. So what he's saying is AI makes those machines smart. They start to learn. They start to make recommendations to you. They start to assist you in the things you do and make you more efficient at your job. So we kind of take inspiration from that and say marketing AI is the science of making marketing smart. So now at a very high level, this is literally probably the extent of definitions you will ever need to know about AI as a content marketer. AI is this umbrella term for tools and technologies that make machines smart, that make the software you use every day smart. It's basically all it is. Underneath that is machine learning. You will hear this term used for more technical talks. People tend to lean on machine learning as an explanation. It kind of gets used synonymously with AI. The beauty of machine learning is it's a very literal definition. It is the machine learning. New data comes in, so performance data on a digital book you released or a campaign you're running. Data comes in, the machine learns from that data and adapts what it predicts or recommends you do as a result of the data. So machine learns from data and makes predictions. That is all machine learning is. Deep learning is extremely relevant to language generation and writing tools because it is trying to give the machine the ability to think and do things like the human brain. So there's really, really smart people who build what are called neural nets, and what they're trying to do is give the machine hearing, seeing, understanding, language skills. That's basically what deep learning is. So let's look at what this actually means, start going into some practical applications. So how many people use Gmail Smart Compose, where it like finishes your sentences on your phone, on your desktop? You now see this in Google Docs, where it'll summarize the document for you. What's happening here is the natural language processing. The machine is taking in your language. It's looking at who you're sending the email to. It's looking at the words as you're typing them. And then the natural language generation part is trying to predict the next word you would write. So in this case, you're just making a prediction about the words. So they're using these really complicated things called large language models to do this. So this is really advanced technology, but that's all this is. So these are forms of artificial intelligence under the language umbrella. So you have language generation, which is the writing tools that we see and hear about. Processing, which is like understanding the sentiment of things. Grammarly does a ton of natural language processing within their tool. Microsoft Word, Google Docs. Speech to text, when you use Zoom and it translates using otter.ai, that's speech to text. So these are very common things. Translation, massive leaps forward in the last 3 years in translation. So if you're multilingual customer base, you can create something in one language and turn it into 15 language with the push of a button. Voice recognition is a big one. That's how Siri and Alexa work. Voice recognition, not only hearing a voice, but knowing whose voice it is. Is it the kids? Is it the parents? All possible through AI. The other kind of area that's exploding is in the vision space. This wasn't 2 years ago as applicable to marketers and content marketers in particular, but it has become almost overnight sensation. So what happened is in April of this year, OpenAI, which is an AI research lab started by Elon Musk and Peter Thiel and a few other billionaires, who built GPT-3 that does the language, they built something called DALL-E 2. DALL-E 2 takes an image prompt. Anybody used DALL-E 2 yet? Tried it? You can get it for, I mean, I guess it's a cost now, but okay, so a few people. Go sign up for it. It'll blow your mind if you don't. There's other ones called, like Midjourney is another one that's really good. Stable Diffusion, I think, is another. I mean, they're cropping up everywhere now. So these are very problematic, but they're also really interesting for content marketers. So what happens is you give the machine a prompt and it generates an original image. Not a stock photo. It's not just scraping stuff from the internet. It's at a pixel level creating an original image that's never existed before. And it does it like DALL-E 2, you give it a prompt, it'll generate 4 images in under 10 seconds. And then you can edit them, you can actually say, no, don't make it a blue pack, change the blue backpack to red, and it'll change it. Like you can edit the images with text prompts. So this is Google's version called Imagen, which they did not release publicly because of concern around bad actors using it to do inappropriate things, basically, and harming society. But other people don't have those concerns, or at least they prioritize other things over those concerns. So you can do this right now. You could go get DALL-E and you could create social shares. You could create the images for your blog posts with it. You can put them in ads. Like they commercialized the use of it. I think it was end of July. I think they opened it for commercialization. There's all kinds of legal questions around copyrights and things like that. There's moral questions around, are we damaging the artistic community and the graphic design world? Like there's all kinds of other interesting conversations, but at face value, it's a really fascinating, readily available tool that sort of immediately changed things, in my opinion. Every once in a while, something comes along and I'll see it and be like, okay, that just changes things. So for my talk, so we have our Marketing AI conference in August this year, we did it. I built my deck using DALL-E 2 images. I didn't tell people that's what I had done, but the whole first half of the deck, every one of these was single shot prompts, meaning I gave it a single prompt. I didn't edit anything other than the backpack on the robot. It gave me red, I wanted blue. Every other thing, I gave it a text prompt for what the slide said, basically, and it generated an image for me. So just an example of a practical application as a content marketer. I was given a talk, I built images, and it probably took me, I mean, combined 2 minutes to generate all the images maybe, versus searching stock photos and however I would have previously done it or gone into archive, try to find photos.